Hi, everybody, and welcome along to this week's episode of the Lincoln Property and Mortgage Show. This is episode number 4, and as always, really delighted to be bringing you the very latest news of what's happening in the UK property and mortgage market. Joined as always by Jenny. Hello, Jenny.
Oh, hi there, Mike. How are you?
Yeah, really good indeed. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, not bad at all. Can we believe we're on episode 4 already? So that's a month's worth of content we've already provided. That has flown by so fast.
It really has. It's actually mind blowing how quick that has gone and how much information we've got out there already, which is fantastic.
And I think the other thing that we've been really bowled over with is really the sort of support and the amount of viewings that we're getting. And that seems to be just getting more and more momentum every single week. I think more and more people are noticing the show that we're putting out, and also more importantly, the reason why we're doing it, which is to make sure that we can come to you, our local community in and around Lincoln, with the very latest of what's happening in the UK property market and also the mortgage market. These are really hot topics at the moment, in particular as we come towards Christmas and New Year. And that's what we're going to focus on today in this week's show. We've got 2 great topics coming up. The first one I'm going to be covering, which is, should I put my house on the market now or wait until after Christmas? And Jenny, tell us a little bit about what you're going to be talking about today.
So I'm going to be talking about how you can prepare to get your mortgage so that when you do apply, it comes out with a mortgage offer at the other end.
That's fantastic. And I think that follows on particularly if you've watched episode 3, where you were talking about the deposit versus credit. So if you are watching this today and haven't seen episode 3, make sure you go back to watch the previous episode, because there's some brilliant content in there as well for you. So Jenny, do you want to just do a quick introduction and then we'll get started in?
Yeah, absolutely. So, as Mike says, my name's Jenny Holt. I'm based here in Lincoln as a whole of market mortgage broker. So, my sort of passion is making sure that my clients not only understand the mortgage, but they get the mortgage that they need to work for them now and in the future. So, yes, I'm here to help you all do that.
Fantastic. And again, if you're not already following Jenny on all of her social media, I really, really encourage you to do so. You've got a massive following there, Jenny, and that is built on lots and lots of content, which is really relevant, and also really working hard to support the communities with your passion to help people. So make sure, if you're not following Jenny, you jump on board and do that straight away. In addition to which, make sure you're liking our comments and our page today. If you have got any comments or any questions at all, whether you're watching the show for the first time, whether watching it live, or whether you're watching this as we repost it out on all of our social media. If you do put a comment in or a question, please make sure you put your name on it, and then that way we'll know who to come back to and respond to. And if you've got any topics or headings that you want us to cover in the future, again, please put a little comment in the comment box, and we will be very, very happy to cover that for you in one of our upcoming shows. So Jenny's done her introduction. Let me tell you a little bit about me. My name is Michael Hollenby, and I'm the owner of Hollenby Mackay Bespoke Estate Agents. I've been an agent in and around Lincoln for over 31 years, and the sole aim with my business is to help the homeowners of Lincoln achieve their best outcome in the sale of their home. So let's follow on from that, talking about selling properties. And Jen, if you've got the slide there for us, we'll just pop that in. So you've got the heading. Really topical at the moment. When do I sell my home? And should I put my house on the market before Christmas or wait until the new year? Now, my advice, and it is genuine advice rather than just sales head on, is to definitely put your house on the market now if you're thinking of doing so, particularly if you need to. And there's many reasons why homes need to come on the market. But traditionally, people seem to think that, you've got the period of coming down towards Christmas, it slows down a little bit, and then in the sort of spring, the Easter through to the summer, the market picks up. We've not seen that trait follow, particularly since we came out of lockdown. There was a lot of pent-up frustration as we went into the lockdown period, and as we came out of that, the following 8 to 12 months was very, very busy with lots of people making a move. And what we tend to find now is that because of the involvement and the influence of social media, we've tended to find that the market tends to level out a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong, December will quieten down. It always does. It's seasonal, and it will be wrong as an agent to say, oh yeah, we're really, really busy. Now, one of the reasons for that is that obviously people will be busy with meeting family. You've got your decorations up. It's a busy time of year, and people are thinking actually not necessarily to put it on the market. And you'll see lots of agents start running campaigns of get your property New Year ready, where they will take the photographs, get all the measurements done, get the floor plans done, get all your marketing ready to launch you on Boxing Day. Now, let me tell you very quickly about why Boxing Day and New Year's Day is why agents push for homes to come on the market. It makes sense in principle to get that literature ready. And what tends to happen on those 2 days of Boxing Day and New Year's Day is Rightmove and other portals are inundated and see a huge spike on activity of people going on and looking at properties. That's a fact. And you'll get told, 2, 3, 400% increase in volume and traffic on those 2 days. That, everybody, is because people are off work, they're bored, they've fallen out with a family, they've played with all the Christmas presents, the kids are driving them mad, and you're stuffed and you're sitting in front of the telly or on your mobile phone. So there is a peak, and that is because everybody in the UK are always interested in the property market. So if you are thinking of putting your house on the market around about that time, that could be a sensible thing for you to do. But my word of caution here is if you do wait and put it on the market over that Christmas and New Year period, you're going to be in direct competition with a whole host of new properties that are going to be launched in that 2 to 3 week period. And that's why I'm going to encourage you now that if you are thinking of moving, don't wait. Market it now, because there are still lots and lots of properties still coming on the market. And again, if you go back to one of our previous shows, you'll have seen that we've spoken about the number of properties that are now coming on the market, particularly since September and October compared to the first 6-7 months of the year. And also in that number, there are new price properties. And we've seen an increase. Now, that's only going to get busier when you get into January, because of obviously that seasonal peak and people wait till the new year. Jenny, in one of your shows, we've talked about the 3 Ds, and that's one of those obviously was divorce and separation. And unfortunately, we do see an increase in that situation into the new year. And that is, a fact of the marketplace, as we've spoken to about before. So coming back to sort of bring this to a point really is if you need to, you want to, and you're thinking of moving, but you're thinking when to do it, you've still got plenty of weeks to get your property on the market, get it noticed, and have probably a slightly better chance of getting a hot buyer through your doors and to be viewing it in these next few weeks. That said, as I say, December will quieten down. But if you're coming to the market at the right price, with the right marketing, with the right communication and the right launch, there's no reason why your agent shouldn't be able to find you the right buyer. And that's also something that we spoke about in last week's show about the 5 key things you can do to work with your estate agent to get your property sold in any marketplace. So my advice is, in summary, don't wait till the new year. Get it on the market now. You've got a better chance of your property getting noticed. So yeah, in summary, that's what my advice would be. If I can help you on any of those points, or if you had any other questions, come back and let me know. If you'd like a valuation on your own home, where I can discuss, I don't like calling them free valuations, because again, I've been doing it over 30 years. Every agent says it's a free valuation. Never known any estate agent charge for a valuation. It's amazing how unoriginal they are. I tend to call them advice meetings and marketing and media meetings, where, at the end of the day, most homeowners have got a bit of an idea of the value of the home. The key thing is to find out how that agent is going to achieve the outcome from them, and also to maximise the exposure and the price that they're going to achieve. And that's where I can help. So if I can help you on that, come back and let me know. So hopefully that's covered a little bit of advice there for you and my reasons why. So any questions, come back and let me know. Jenny, over to you.
Thank you. I was just to say, Mike, that's fantastic advice. I always say to my clients, one of the busiest days you'll ever see on Rightmove is Boxing Day, purely because people have had enough of everything and they are looking to move. And when you've got your Christmas decorations up and you're in that slump, it's not the best time to be taking photos of your home. It's actually fantastic advice. If you're thinking about doing it, let's get it on before Christmas, before New Year, and you can go into that period knowing that's one more thing done off your tick list. So that's fantastic advice there, Mike.
Thank you very much.
So over to me next. So my topic today is how to prepare for your mortgage. So there's 4 key things that I truly believe that if you do these 4 things, you will really improve the chances of that mortgage getting offered for you. And it fits in quite nicely with what Mike was saying about being prepared and sort of being ready to make that move. So I will bang on about this quite a lot, as my number one is to always check your credit file. That's, I just can't stress enough at how important that is. It's going to tell you how much deposit you need, what kind of rates you're looking at, and what type of lenders are going to consider your application. But not only that, what we should be looking for on your credit file is, have you got the correct address history? Because when a lender wants to do a credit check, the first thing they're going to look is your ID and your correct address history. So make sure that that is sorted. The second thing to do is make sure you are registered on the electoral register. Again, that is really key to boosting that credit score and making sure that you can get the best deals for yourself as well. And also have a look, if there are any sort of things that's happened on there, like default CCJs that maybe you weren't aware of. Maybe they need changing, maybe they need paying. So the first point of call, number one, it's always going to be check your credit file. The second thing that I would urge anyone to do who's looking to get a mortgage is to reduce down that revolving credit. Now, when I say revolving credit, I'm looking at things like credit cards, store cars, buy now, pay laters. Okay. Lenders do not like to see this. And that's because you might have a balance on a credit card. Now, most people do not pay their credit cards off by making monthly payments. There's usually something else that happens. Maybe they've had a windfall. Maybe they have to do some debt consolidation. Maybe they transfer it to a 0%. And having lots of credit on revolving credit can make lenders very nervous. So if you are looking to get a mortgage in the future, I would urge you to start reducing them down. Top tip is choose the one with the highest APR, not the highest balance, but the highest APR. Pay that off first and then move to the next one. That way you're going to pay the least amount of interest and get those cleared in the quickest time that you can afford to. The third thing I'd urge anyone to do looking for a mortgage is to understand the deposit and what you actually need. I've had clients in the past that have saved way more than they needed to, which is fantastic. They've got some great rates and it's meant they've not paid as much interest. But what it did mean is they stayed in rented for an extra year and they didn't need to. They could have started putting into their own pension pot. Flip that on the other side. I've got clients who truly believed that they could have a 5% deposit when they needed to save more. So understand that deposit straight away. Your mortgage broker is going to be able to advise you what you actually need. And again, that all links back nicely to your credit file. So get that and check that straight away so you can put the two together. And the fourth thing, which is a bit of a bugbear of mine, I'm not going to lie, is to prepare your documents. If you are self-employed, some of your documents could be nearly 2, even 3 years old. So make sure that they're in order. You know where they are. We've all got that drawer where we've put the back of envelopes and bits of paper that we didn't need to know, we didn't want, and then we've got to go find them. So prepare your documents. Make sure your ID's up to date and in date. The amount of times people have not changed their address on their driving license, maybe they've been married and they haven't changed their name, their bank statements are still shown at their parents' house even though they moved out 5 years ago because everything is online. So prepare your documents, make sure your name, your address is all up to date, because lenders will want that updating before they could consider your application. So the 4 things, if you're looking for a mortgage, is 1, check your file, check your credit file. Number 2 is to make sure we reduce your revolving credit down as much as possible. Number 3, understand the deposits that you need to be able to secure the mortgage that you want. And number 4, prepare your documents ready for the lender.
Jenny, that's brilliant advice. And again, I know you were kind enough to comment on my sort of feature there, but I'm just going to jump on something for you as well. I've dealt with lots and lots of tenants in my career and with helping sort of the rental sector as well. And it's one of the key things where tenants move into properties and don't often go onto the electoral roll, don't update their address. And that can play a big factor, because I've seen many years later that somebody is wanting to move out of rented and go into a property and buy a property, and one of the first things that they've established is They never went onto the electoral roll, or even sometimes, like you say, even updated your driving license and bits and pieces. So that is a crucial bit of paperwork. I had it as a process where 2 weeks after a tenant moved in, literature went out to them to remind them to say, hey, don't forget, get yourself registered on the electoral roll and make sure that you change your driving license and bits and pieces. Something really practical there. So knowing how the market is at the moment, where a lot of people are now looking at moving out of the rental sector because of the increase in the rents. Again, on my social media post, Jenny, again, you'll have seen this week, and you've liked to comment in regard to the percentage of rents that are going over the original rental asking price is going up and up and up. And that's because that market is fiercely competitive. On average in Lincoln, 25 people applying or interested in every rental property that comes available. So it's important that you get your paperwork and yourselves ready when you're looking at renting, and also when you're looking at coming out the other side. And I think you picked up on something there as well with the rental market again, is that if you are looking for saving for a deposit, make sure you know how much it needs to be, so that you're not under budgeting and over budgeting. But some really, really good points there, particularly to say if you're in rented and you're anticipating and hoping of moving out of that, certainly in 2024.
Absolutely. And I think you're right, Mike. Sometimes people just forget. They sit on the sofa on a Sunday and go, right, let's move, but they haven't done the background work to be able to do that. So taking a little bit of time before you're even considering the mortgage as such to make sure everything's in line I promise you, it will make the world of difference when you come to apply.
Fantastic. So, guys, if that's prompted any other questions, as I say, you are more than welcome to get in touch with either of us. You can do that, as I say, through the comments box. Don't forget to put your name on, or you can message and reach out to us individually as well. Jenny, I don't know whether you've got the little scroll along the bottom with the email addresses we can add on. If not, we can put that in the comment box. There we go. Look, technology. Scroll along the bottom there, guys. You've got my email in there, and you've also got Jenny's as well. We are here to help, and that's the whole purpose of this show. So whatever you're up to this week, I know a lot of you will have half term and the kids and things around with you, but hopefully you'll get a bit of rest and downtime for yourselves. If you have got that spare time and you want us to help you, please reach out to us. This is a good week to do so. In the meantime, just say make sure you like the page, share it, tag it, comment on it, post it over to anybody else that you know that might be of interest, that where we can help as well. But in the meantime, have a great week, and we will very much look forward to seeing you again at the same time, same place, 4 o'clock next Tuesday on the Lincoln and Property Show and Mortgage Show. Nearly missed it off there. Lincoln Property and Mortgage Show.
Mortgage Show. Don't forget that bit.
The important bit. Fantastic. Thanks ever so much indeed, guys. See you next week.